Bowling Green, Kentucky's National Corvette Museum was the perfect venue earlier this afternoon for Jeremy Swenson's first ever Gridlife Touring Cup win. His thundering C5 Corvette beat Andy Smedgard in the last lap dash to the stripe. And while it may have looked at home in Victory Circle, with GLTC's field inversion format, we flipped the top 13 drivers from race 3, and we're turning them loose for one final race this afternoon. I'm Kyle Heyer with DJ Alessandrini at Gridlife Grand Circuit at NCM Motorsports Park. Welcome back, DJ. One more race this weekend, 15 minutes on the board.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And speaking of flip, Kyle.
Oh, man. Oh, and Jabay lives another day.
It's showing up a little glare on the camera there.
Oh,
but
man. That's amazing.
Huge shout out to Ed for ordering this all the way from China. Apparently it's a triple XL, but it fits me.
It fits you great. Looks amazing, DJ. Well, thanks, DJ, for doing that. But we got a race on our hands here. 15 minutes about to happen for our last race of the weekend. We had a little bit of dramas late in the going. The race was split basically in 2 short segments because of a full course caution. And unfortunately for Scott Robertson, DJ, his day is done. That car is not completely destroyed, but it's not in a shape to drive. So unfortunately for Scott, it'll be the end of his weekend. Hopefully we can figure out how to get that car home because he drives it to events. But really feeling for Scott and Wes and Scott Bowling, all the drivers involved in that collision earlier this afternoon. All drivers are okay. Cars looking a little bit worse for Randy.
Yeah, the drivers are okay. That's the important part. But unfortunately, just a cascading event of incidents led to 3 pretty damaged cars. So I'm sure we'll see those cars again in the future, but I don't think we'll see them again for this weekend.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But we've got one more race left this weekend. We've had 3 so far. Now, in race 4, we always invert a random number of drivers between 4 and 20 for our final race of the weekend. The invert chosen by Renee Hines, 13. So Austin Hurdle will sit on pole alongside Jeremy Boysen on row number 1. Andrew Rains, Rob Manicherry, row number 2 DJ. Todd Cayley, Emil Tab, row 3. Then Luke McGrew and Tom O'Gorman starts in row number 4. John Allen, Erica Till, row 5. Row 6, Aaron Lichty, Andy Smedgard, and our race 3 race winner of Jeremy Swenson starts all the way back in 13th. Do you think he can climb forward on those street tires?
He might run out of pace by the time he's getting to some of the more heavy hitters in the front. I mean, we've already seen that Jeremy has shown the pace to be, running at the front, obviously. I'm curious. I mean, we know Catil and O'Gorman are just really good at cutting through the traffic. We know Andy's aggressive. Lichty kind of takes it a little easy in the inverts. He's very out for his own self-preservation. I'm curious how the dynamic's going to play out in the front. Like, you have Austin Hurdle, that's a high horsepower heavy car, so that's going to race very well here. It's going to be tough to get past. Jeremy Boysen, it's a front wheel drive RSX, but with no aero, so it's also going to be fast in straight line. It will be hard to get past. Andrew Rains has professional racing experience. His car is very torquey, not as fast as the other cars in the corners, but from what I'm hearing from the other drivers, he's extremely tough to get by. He places his cars in all the wrong spots for his competitors, all the right spots for him, and he will purposely back you up and to take advantage of the strengths of his car. He is definitely going to be the cork in the bottle here.
I talked to Andrew Rains before. He goes, yeah, I would love to not have to do that. I just need to get a little faster. And so hopefully he'll turn up the wick here a little bit in the last couple moments of the weekend. But Andrew Rains, again, professional racing experience in the 1997 BMW M3. He will start in row number 2. But I think you're right. I think he'll be a little bit of the cork in the bottle there. And Austin Hurdle and Jeremy Boysen will be able to, I think, in the opening laps, drive away. My question starts is, Rob Manicherry's been really quiet all weekend. He's had some diff issues. Todd Cayley in the 161. I'm looking at that as a driver I think might be able to get past some of these drivers and get up towards the front, at least before McGrew, O'Gorman, Allen, and Catil can start to break into the top 5.
All right, so who wins?
I don't know. We're going to see. 15 minutes. I can't pick one.
Prediction?
This is going to be the most chaotic race of the weekend. I'm going to pick Emil Tab. I think Emil Tab wins from 6th.
I think Tom's going to do it.
All right, Tom O'Gorman in a brand new car built by ASM was untested and had a couple issues to start the weekend. He gained 11 spots in race number 3. If he does that again, he'll finish -3rd. So hopefully he'll have a really good round. Here we go. Lined up 35 cars side by side, all the way down the front straightaway here at NCM Motorsports Park for Gridlife Grand Circuit. Race number 4, the final one of the weekend, about to turn loose. Austin Hurdle in his 2nd ever Gridlife Touring Cup event. Time to go racing. Green flag flies, and we're racing for the final time this weekend. Andrew Rains out of line as we run down to turn 1.
Yeah, he already popped out. Probably more for defense against Todd Cayley until he figured out exactly what was happening. Jeremy Boysen, nice start.
As we come out of turn 1B, cars back across the curbing. Double wide, Tom O'Gorman right in the back of Kaylee now as they run down to turn 3. Here he comes 3 wide, that's a tight move, backs out of it. That was really sketchy.
I think he
backed out.
I think he opened himself up for attack from Eric Catil on the outside. Eric Catil's going to have a lot more radius. He has overlap on Tom. Eric has been very gutsy in turn 5 all week, and we're going to see if that comes into play.
And for second place, Andrew Rains attacking now Jeremy Boysen on the run up to turn number 5. This is where that incident was earlier today. Side by side, fender to fender for P2 as Hurdle tries to drive away.
Yeah, any positions Rains can grab right now is just a car in between him and the rest of the competitors.
Tomo through Todd Cayley and Catil. They're 3 wide for a moment. At the exit of turn 6, he's going to slot his way into 7th or 6th, I think. Now looking for 5th. Look at him. He'll tab up the inside of Boysen. That's for 3rd place. He's going to get that tiny little Miata. Big bobble by Rains. He slides out of the way. 2 cars get by him, make it 3. O'Gorman comes through the middle.
Rains really on the back foot there. He's going to lose probably 5 positions as everybody's pouncing on him.
Man. That was really tight between Cayley and Rains. They might have had a little bit of a fender rub there as we head through the tight and twisties now. O'Gorman's up to 3rd. That's an unbelievable climb back from
Boysen really out of shape. He's gonna hold a lot of people up in deception.
On the run down the back straightaway now, heading towards 15 and 16, the fastest part of the racetrack. Speeds climbing into the triple digits. Tom O'Gorman in the Falcon tired S2000. Here he comes in the back of the Emil Tab number 14 machine for 2nd. It's a battle for P2.
Yeah, it's a battle for P2. Emil's doing good to keep his composure right here. Austin Hurdle getting as much of a gap as he can.
Car slow. Sorry to cut you off there, DJ. Is that Andy Smedgaard's car?
Yeah, it looks like Smedgaard, yeah.
Oh man, so the winner of the first 2 races of the weekend, he's pulled off. That's not a great spot to be.
That's not a great spot.
So we could see a full course yellow, but still green for now, as Austin Hurdle has about a 10 car length advantage. But here comes O'Gorman up the outside of sinkhole, trying to grab 2nd.
Now we know there's no grip out there, so he'll probably fall in line as we see right here. But expect O'Gorman. He keeps getting good runs. Huge curb hop for O'Gorman. Keeps getting good runs out of these S's onto the front straight.
Here we go, from 8th to 3rd in 1 lap, and coming for more. Catil's all the way back to Cayley now as they head down the front straight. O'Gorman was so pumped after race 3. He was so excited to finally have a car that was working right. Here he comes for 2nd place down into turn 1A. Tab gives it up, and O'Gorman flies through in the bright yellow ASM S2000.
Yeah, O'Gorman finds himself into 2nd. Now it's time to go get Austin Hurdle. But you know what? Even with all that fighting, he runs basically the same lap time as Hurdle, and Hurdle was in clean air.
This is such an exciting moment for Tom after months of running subpar. He wanted to finally find some time. This is our HP Tuners Track Addict leaderboard here. Look at the speed, climbing over 90, 100 miles an hour on the run to turn 5. Tomo out of Mason, Ohio. Look at this, 105, 109, 112.
Let's see what his min speed is to turn 5.
Wow, 113 miles an hour.
About 109 was his min speed in turn 5. That is cruising, man.
Man, I love this Track Addict attack dash here as Tomo into 2nd place. This is a great car to be focusing on here for this event as he climbs on through. He's got a lot of experience at this racetrack in time trial competition, but has never wheel raced here until this weekend. And look at him clawing his way towards the front. Austin Hurdle better be looking in that mirror.
And thank you to HP Tuners for giving us this unique, quick, cool look into this. His predicted lap time being a 15.2 right now.
That's 4 seconds faster than the leader last time.
Right, and Austin did have clean air last time around. So we're going to see Tom, big curb hop and deception. The car's looking great. We're going to see Tom on the back of Austin Hurdle by the end of this lap.
Absolutely fantastic stuff from HP Tuners. Big thanks to them. We're hoping to increase this more in the future here as we head down towards turn 15. That gap is closing. 6 car lengths now, 5, maybe 4 on the run to turn 15. Tom O'Gorman is coming to the front. Has he ever won a GLTC race? I don't think he ever has. His best finish is 3rd.
He came, no, I think he got 2nd once at Road America. He was in Chris Tuttle's Corvette.
He got DQ'd for that because the car was underweight.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't put extra weight in for Tom.
So he has never won a GLTC race. Full course caution now. Caution is out for the Andy Smedgaard ASM S2000 in the turn 15 area. And, or I guess it's a little bit before that, but full course yellow here as the field slows down. Now this is exactly what I think Tom needs, because we know he's quicker than the drivers behind him. He's also a little quicker than Hurdle, and he's going to restart right on the rear bumper. But look who's in the fight now. Eric Catil's up in 5th.
Yeah, I honestly, I think this is a blessing for Eric because it's going to bunch everybody back up. Let's see, we have Austin Hurdle, Tom O'Gorman, Emil Tab. Who's sitting in 4th? Oh, Rob Manicherry.
Yep. He's had a quiet weekend so far.
Yeah, he's been dealing with his diff.
Yeah, his differential has got some sort of weird issue where he's wheel spinning on corner exits. So
basically he doesn't have a dick.
Right, so he's been struggling to keep that car underneath him, and he's doing real well considering this should be a pretty quick cleanup here. This should be a pretty quick tow to get Andy off the racetrack, and feel bad for him. He's had 2 wins this weekend and a second, so his point situation is going to be real interesting, given that drivers like Emil Tab and Todd Cayley and other guys have been real consistent this weekend. I'm curious to see how the points are going to shuffle if Andy's car doesn't get
if he gets a goose egg there. I mean, nobody's ever gotten a perfect weekend in GLTC yet.
Aaron Lichty once.
Did he? What weekend?
I think it was Road America 2 years ago.
We're going to fact check this.
I feel like I said that no one had ever done it before. Then Aaron messaged me last year and said that it happened once.
Okay, if Aaron messaged you,
at.
I feel like Aaron would remember if he did that or not.
Yeah,
so.
probably. And speaking of Aaron Lichty, where is he? He's still in 11th, which is, again, you mentioned how conservative he is. He's such a calculated driver. Every moment of a race is a chess match to him, and he is not going to make a move if he doesn't know that it's the right move to make. But
I mean, that's a testament to why his cars survived 20 years of wheel-to-wheel racing.
We were joking earlier that car is older than me as a race car, but there's Andy Smedgaard's car. Again, this is a relatively new build, and it was mighty fast.
It was definitely fast.
Yeah, so he's going to get it put up on the rollback here, and we should get a couple minutes worth of racing left here at the end. Austin Hurdle is at every lap so far. Again, this is only his 2nd event weekend in Gridlife Touring Cup, the first COTA a few months ago, and Austin set this car up a little bit differently, anticipating this to be a bit tighter, twistier track. He pulled some weight out, he pulled some power out to hopefully lighten the car up to be a bit more nimble around here. It's been on the bottom half of the top 10. He's finishing the teens a little bit this weekend. I don't think it's exactly where he wants it to be, but track position is king, and he's leading the race.
Yeah, track position is king, and power's king on passing in this track. He definitely has the car that should race better, but I don't think that necessarily matters when you have Tom McGorman behind you.
It's going to be real tough. Again, for those, I mean, a lot of people in the Gridlife community know of Tom. And, of course, for those that don't know, for those that are new to Gridlife, Tom O'Gorman comes from the grassroots racing level. He worked his way in and put together a crowdfunding campaign to start his pro racing career. In his first ever event, he finished 3rd, and then ended up going on to win 2 championships in Pirelli World Challenge. Then went on to race in IMSA for a couple of years for 2 different teams.
Yeah, he was
and won
picked
2
up,
races for each.
He was picked up by Honda. He was a Honda factory driver. He's been racing Hondas his entire life. Still races Hondas, and yeah, he's just a talent, and really, it's awesome that we get to have somebody of Tom's caliber in GLTC.
And the thing to remember is that at a race team, you have a lot of luxuries that you don't get at the grassroots level. I mean, Tom
he's definitely been learning that.
He's been learning. He's had to learn. He's been working on his car himself with the help of ASM, with the help of Auto Assets in Columbus, Ohio. They've been helping him put this car together, and it's had a hard life. It's really struggled for reliability, and now with Andy Smedgaard's help, that car is really fast. This is the fastest I've ever seen this car, honestly, and it's also, at least so far, this race and the previous race, been mighty reliable too.
Right. So Tom told me that was his first race he's finished in 8 months, and that includes all sorts of series that he races in. He's just been plagued with reliability issues no matter what he's driving. He hasn't finished a race in 8 months. Race 3 was the first race he's been able to finish for a very, very long time, and he was just so happy about just finishing that race.
Absolutely pumped, as we should get the green flag next time by. I don't see a reason why we couldn't. There's just a single car cleanup for Andy Smedgaard's car. The yellow flag still displayed at the starter stand here.
So we'll go one more time around.
Looks like it, and I think we're going to get, what's a pace lap around here, 4 minutes or so, so we're not going to get a ton of racing left by the end
probably
of this.
like 2 laps.
Yeah, hopefully about 2 laps worth of racing, and that's not going to be a lot of time to get things done. And those that are a bit deeper in the field, Luke McGrew, John Allen running his first Gridlife Touring Cup weekend. He's buried down there in 9th spot. That's an upward climb for John Allen. We know that he's good enough to go forward, and I think he's got the opportunity to do that, but it's going to have to be real fast. You're not going to get a lot of time to think about your decisions. You just have to do it and hope it sticks.
Yeah, I mean, he's already gained 1 spot. The inversion is that's a tricky thing. I don't know how many other series, especially in the United States, that do inverted races for just to
at least
give
not
their
successfully usually.
Yeah, just to give their competitors just something kind of. I think somebody I saw it in a chat. I forget which chat it was, so sorry I can't quote the person, but they said, "Wow, 13 car invert, that's spicy." And
yeah.
That's exactly how I would describe it.
And it's a testament to the GLTC field that we can invert 13 cars. We can go, wow, that's spicy. Actually, I think that was me that said it was spicy.
Was it you?
Someone else might have said it first. But here's the thing, is that in GLTC, we can invert 13 cars and we can get them all through turn 1. And that's really the magical part of a series like this, is everyone at the front trusts each other to keep their cars on course, keep them going the right direction, and I love that about this series. And up in the front, this is the most competitive grassroots racing you're going to find in North America, evidenced by 2 pro drivers in the top 10 right now, and a handful of others with various racing experience and time attack experience from all different kinds of competition here in North America.
Yeah, just all coming together with GLTC. All right, the lights are out on the pace car, and if this is anything like iRacing, that means it's going in this lap.
It is like iRacing.
I think iRacing is like real life.
Yeah, that's what it is. So the pace car got the lights shut off here. That means we should get, I'm going to guess we're going to get 2 laps left here. I'm not even look at the timer. I just think that I know Scott Giles and Renee Hines are going to make sure that we get at least 2 laps worth of racing instead of just turning them loose for 1. I think we'll get 2. Might go a little over time here, but Tom O'Gorman right behind Austin Hurdle. Neither of the top 2 have ever won a GLTC race. Emil Tab has, Rob Manicherry has, Eric Catil's won 15, Todd Cayley has, Andrew Raines has not. So there's a bunch of drivers in the top 10 that are looking for their first win, and I think one of the front 2 is going to get it, but don't count out Emil Tab in 3rd. I bet you.
Could be the wild card.
I told you, P6 to first. I told you he might be the guy.
We'll bet lunch on it.
No, well, he already had lunch, and I didn't expect Tomo to go forward that quick. So I'm thinking I might have made the wrong decision.
I mean, Catil's not out of it yet either. So it's really anybody in the top 5's game right now.
Sure is. Looking down the rest of the order, Jeremy Swenson, who won the race 3 earlier this afternoon. He's right now scored in 10th, and this is also going to play into his hand. A short sprint, those tires are going to hang on. I think he'll be good these next couple laps. I'm not sure how far forward he could go, just because the guys in front of him are really, really strong, but I think he will go forward rather than backward.
Yeah, just in my experience of racing against John Allen, he's a tough cookie to crack. He's tough to get around.
Do you crack a cookie? Or are you a chewy cookie guy?
Crunchy cookie.
Oh man, I can't respect you. After that.
Crispy cookie.
Oh boy.
Not crunchy. Crunchy, that sounds like an old cookie.
It's an old cookie.
It's got to be crispy.
Got to be crispy. Down towards turn 15. Austin Hurdle, new driver. Nerves? You've won 1 GLTC race. How was it? I mean, you were out front by a fairly significant margin. What was going through your head, or was it all focus lizard brain?
It was just focus. It was 100% just hit marks. Like, don't really, honestly, maybe I should have been looking at my mirror more, but I hardly looked at my mirror. I was just focused on 100% hitting marks for the rest of the race.
When does it hit you?
Right when you cross the finish line.
Yeah. So we're going to have about probably 2 laps.
It's a relief of stress, relief. I think we're going to have 2 first-time winners here in GLTC this weekend. And I can't wait to see their emotion later on camera.
Remember that the first 2 races of the weekend were won by Andy Smedgard. He is the cause of our caution this afternoon. Just the car stopped. He has pulled off the course. We're ready to go racing. Expecting 2 laps worth of racing here. Austin Hurdle and Tom O'Gorman have never won a GLTC race before. Emil Tab has won several. Rob Manicherry's won a couple. And Eric Catil sitting in behind is the 2nd winningest driver ever in Gridlife Touring Cup. He's been fighting gremlins all weekend long. Can he make him work? Here we go on the front straightaway at NCM Motorsports Park for Gridlife Touring Cup race number 4, the final race of the weekend. Cars poking out, getting a little cheeky. Watching the stewards there in the flag stand. Cars poking out left and right, trying to see the flag. Trying to see the flag, and they're going to wait. There it is, green flag back in the air in race 4 of GLTC. Emil have a great job.
Yeah, Emil gets a great start there. Eric Catil on attack, even got a better start, going to be the bottleneck in that first section there.
But Tomo is clear of the three behind him as they battle for 3rd place, and the front 2 are free and clear, but Eric Catil is coming fast.
Yeah, we have the 2 people who haven't won a race being chased down by 3 savages behind them who have won. Tom has overlapped though.
He almost had him, but that V6 in that 370Z pulling that car forward. Tomo's car is going to be a little bit better in the Titan Twisties. We're about to get to it right now. 4 car lengths between them. 3 car lengths now as they close into the braking zone. Just a tap on the brakes there, then hard on the binders, down a couple gears, and Tomo's right there. Half a car length here on the attack dash. You see 100 miles an hour heading into turn 6. Ooh, Hurdle's wide. Here they go, side by side for the race lead. Tom O'Gorman takes it away down the hill.
Tom O'Gorman taking the lead. That's going to mean that Eric Catil's going to have to make quick work of Austin Hurdle. He's going to be coming under severe attack there.
Looking at the HP Tuners attack dash, The track addict attack dash down here, down the hill. Watch the speed climb. Triple digits, almost now down the slowest corner on the racetrack, down to 73, 54, 37. Now back up through the gears, well into the triple digits on the run down to turn 15, and he's going to be ringing that new K24-powered S2000 all the way to redline to try to escape the second winningest driver in GLTC. That's Catil looking right, looking left on Austin Hurdle for second.
I think Catil just did 2 corners, literally with his bumper smushed to Austin Hurdle there.
Now into turn 15. Tom O'Gorman will likely have one more lap. Look at this massive scramble behind him. There's about 12 cars on top of each other there.
They're all too wide, and they're a couple rows deep. It looks like they're about to start a race.
Hurdle's slow. Hurdle's off pace down there in turn 15, so an issue for him maybe. He gets the car. Looks like it's back up to pace perhaps, but a stumble there out of the 34 car. Now through sinkhole. They're going to drop a couple stories here into the bottom of turn number 20, and Tom O'Gorman has a friend, but now a foe, Eric Catil behind him on the climb up the hill. Tom wants to see that white flag real fast.
Eric's been struggling with pace all weekend, but Eric always manages to find the pace when he needs to. I hope Eric gets to Tom, because I want to see Eric Catil and Tom battle bad.
Oh, here's the white flag. There is no better battle than racing your buddy. White flag one more time around the 3.2 miles here at NCM Motorsports Park for Tom O'Gorman. His best finish at 3rd at Road America in the wet last October. He is charging through turn 1B and trying to run away from Eric Catil in 2nd place. Emil Tab 3rd. Manicherry and Cayley 4th and 5th. Austin Hurdle drops to 6th with a slip. And Jeremy Swenson up 4 spots into 10th.
Yeah, it's just great pace from everybody. How's Jeremy Swenson doing? Has he found more spots?
Up to P10, up 4.
Yeah, found 4 spots in a very difficult track to pass people on. So kudos to Jeremy.
Man, Tom's stretching this out. Look at this gap. He went a full 1.5 seconds faster than Eric Catil last time by. Tom is he's looking like this is gonna be real decisive here.
Jeremy might be looking to win the points of the weekend, since Andy Smedgard had issues.
Well, also Jeremy had issues in the first race too.
First race.
So it's gonna be real tight between those two.
I'm curious how the points are gonna play out.
Yeah, it's gonna shuffle and be really interesting here. But look at the gap growing now. The yellow S2000, that of Tom O'Gorman through the tightest corner on the racetrack. Eric Catil behind him. Both of these drivers grew up in Ohio. They spend a lot of time together, work on cars together. They've offered support, both driver support and technical support, to each other over the years, and to see them running 1st and 2nd, this is so fun. But there is so much happening behind him as well here, DJ. This is the bread and butter of GLTC, is the mid-pack stuff, and look at these guys scrapping for positions.
Yeah, this is a great battle. I'm trying to figure out who this is. Is that John Allen and Andrew Rains?
It sure looks like it. Rains out front in the gray BMW, John Allen in the black Miata right behind him. But through the last couple of corners, Tom O'Gorman is going to enter turn number 18. One more drop down the famous sinkhole here at the National Corvette Museum, and he's got 3 corners left. Tom O'Gorman, look at the battle behind him. Rains is wide. Here comes John Allen up the inside of turn 18. That's going to be real tight for position as they battle behind him. The climb out of the hill. One more time to the stripe, and Tom O'Gorman out of Mason, Ohio, the number 94 ASM Falcon Tire sponsored S2000 for the first time in GLTC. Tom O'Gorman gets it done. That's a feel-good story for the week.
I know.
Wow.
I know Tom, and he's probably crying like a baby in the car right now.
I'm going to cry like a baby. God, all the
just so much adversity for Tom. Good for him.
He needed that so bad.
Yeah.
Eric Catil 2nd, Tab 3rd, Rob Manicherry, great battles behind him for position, drag races all over the place. Rains comes home 10th, Lick Deep, Boysen, Jensen, Chris Adams, and Eric Meadows. But this is a special moment.
Yeah, they're waving hands at each other, and they're just having a great time. This is what GLTC is all about. It's about building friendships and then going out there and partying on track together.
Tom has won races at Sebring and Daytona, but I don't think there's a more special win than this one today.
This might be one of his more special. We'll have to ask him later.
A crystal clear trophy made out of glass and gold is a fun one to win, but something like this after 2 years of maybe the hardest years of Tom's life, this is going to mean so much to him. And that's the magic of GLTC, is the grassroots level, the grit and determination that these guys have to build their cars, put them together week in and week out, even when things are going 100% the wrong direction, to stick it out, build it, and spend time with your buddies making success. This is what GLTC is about.
Yeah, Tom's gonna need new brights on his headlights. He's been flashing them so much. He's still
he needs the party
them.
mode on the headlights. And let me tell you something. If this car is always this fast, he's gonna be flashing those headlights a whole lot more in the future. I mean, think about all the drivers in this series. Catil's won more wins that he's got fingers to count, but for Tom, it's just one. And this one is just the start of many in this driver's GLTC career.
Yeah, this is an exciting duo, just like between all the top drivers in the class. Anybody can win at any given moment, and that's just exciting to watch as a fan. It's exciting as a racer.
Man, that makes me feel good. How about the other drivers that we saw in this battle? The Rob Manicherry, for all the struggles he had this weekend, he finished exactly where he started. What a drive by him to hang on to a car that was misbehaving all weekend.
Yeah, when you're driving with basically an open diff and your car's not set up for that, it's diabolically loose. So honestly, like Robert Manicherry putting a whole race, multiple races together with minimal mistakes, like great drive from Rob. Hopefully you get your gremlins figured out so you're full pace again in the upcoming races.
Big shout out to Joshua Rubenstein, Craig Moulton, and Marcus Luttrell, as well as Brad Kosaba, all up 4 positions or more in that race, so good climbs for them. Eric Meadows dropped down the order a little bit, didn't quite catch what happened. Austin Hurdle, still not sure what happened to him, but he slid down the order. But checkered flag is out, and we're going to go back and